Hey everybody, it's Sheree. How are y'all doing? I am trying to still get better and heal, but during this situation with my surgery, I have come across very recent, like this year, last year, mostly from 2022 on, videos of what the police are going through. And honestly, it is shocking. Like, I don't know how to describe what I see. And another thing that really shocks me more than a lot of things is that they're either really young, from 18 to 25, right, give or take, and then you have like 33 to 55, and they are unhinged. Police officers need a raise, and let me explain something to you. I was raised really ignorant, okay, but one thing, it didn't matter if I was dealing with people having police at their place, or me even, like, I've been involved with 3 situations with the police personally in my whole entire life, okay? Like, well, no, maybe 4. Like, one time they picked me up for a ticket when I was like 22 because I didn't pay the ticket and got a warrant. They picked me up. It never crossed my mind to cuss out a cop, let alone, like, everything from flipping them off and bro, this is their famous words. They all sound the same. Bro, you're racist. Bro, you think you're a motherfucking shit, and don't touch me, and that's a big one. Don't touch me. You can't arrest me, and why don't you go do your job? Bitch, I'm at my job. That's why I'm here working this scene, because you is the job, okay? You are the motherfucking job. And it is so shocking how they resist arrest every single time. Like, I just don't, like, I feel like cops should just be able to reach out and slap the shit out of them, because okay, first of all, I have kids that are in the age bracket, what I call the most unbelievable situation I've ever seen in this society. 1, they act like they can't get arrested. 2, there's no laws that abide to them. 3, they know it all. 4, they have the right to dictate everything that's going on. 5, they get to scream. I mean, the screaming is so unbelievably profound. I don't know how these cops deal with it. I literally, and I talked to my son about it, and I was like, my son got in trouble, and I will always be there for him, but don't let me catch you talking to some cops like that. I was arrested once, and it's been in the last 10 years where I was accused of something I didn't do. I wasn't cussing that cop out. I wasn't telling him to go fuck himself, you piece of shit, motherfucker, fuck you. Oh, there's another one. I'm gonna sue you. 2, they think they're lawyers. I've been around law my whole life, and I don't even have the, no. When this last situation I had, guess what? I bought a law firm because I was not fixing it. I don't know all the laws, but I know you don't disrespect a cop. And then when the cop tells you to get the freaking hell out of the car, get your ass out. It's yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Or I don't really like this. I don't really appreciate what you're doing to me, police officer. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here and do as you tell me. Like, they immediately are copping all these felony. We're fixing to have a history of nothing but felons. I mean, felons resisting. I mean, there's the video on right now. Out of probably every 300 I've seen, maybe 2 out of the 300 are not resisting. That to me is just profound. It's across every race line. Let me rephrase that. Whites and blacks are the worst in this situation. I mean, it is embarrassing. Doesn't matter what level of class, like when I say class, I mean, if they're rich kids, poor kids, they're all acting like a bunch of freaking idiots. And it's embarrassing. Like these are pretty girls, all dressed up, like throwing themselves all over the ground, and the cop, like, you're 21, 23 years old? Are you kidding me? Then you have the adults at the airports throwing themselves on the ground. Or, oh, here's another one. I've heard so many of these. My kid's a cop. My daddy's a judge. My mommy's a lawyer. My grandma's a commissioner. That don't mean shit. I may have my own, law firm on speed dial, but that doesn't mean I get out of the car or not get out of the car or start cussing. I mean, even cussing an officer is just way overrated. I'm really proud of my era because we didn't do this. We didn't act like this. And running from the cops, it's running, resisting, attacking police officers, and not always, I would say at least 50 to 65% are not on drugs. They're not drunk. They're just entitled. And I know I raised my kids. My kids were spoiled brats growing up, but they were really good kids. My kids would never think of doing this shit. And if they did, you could sit your ass in jail. Because I'd be like, officer, you may want to put them in jail because I might assault them when they come out from slapping the shit out of them for talking to officers like that. And 9 out of 10, most of them would never even get anything more than a ticket, a citation, or a warning of some sort. And they turn it into all-out felonies, aggravated assaults. It's just like, it is shocking. People, I tell you what, this is what cracks me up too. You can be a drug dealer, a gangster, a thug. They're not the ones we're seeing on here, y'all. These are kids that we raised. We raised, y'all. Now, I know I look ratchet, but I am 45, and I have 2 grown kids. One's my daughter and my son. So I have both, dynamics. And either one of them would not even think of acting like this. It's just unbelievably just shocking. And I could only think of one thing that separates all of our kids have some sort of issue. And if you think yours are perfect, you are cracked out. All of our kids have something going on. But one, I know both of my kids don't do drugs. Both of my kids would not cuss and scream and fight police officers. And maybe that's because I've raised them that I'll beat your ass if you don't act right. And I raised them to know you don't disrespect authority figures, because we all have gotten this attitude that we're all better than some sort of layer in our life. Like, oh, I'm better than a cop. I pay for your salary. Oh, shut the hell up. And he'll say, and don't call him when your ass is in need, because those same people barking that crap are the same ones that are going to be calling like, oh, my husband's beating me. Oh, my girlfriend's whooping my ass, stealing my car. Don't call them then. Don't do that then, because evidently they're the same pieces of shit that you were talking shit about, right? So, right or wrong, I think that every parent that has kids, 20s, in their 20s, we need to have a talk. Like, you don't get out, cuss a cop out. You get out of the car when the cop tells you to get out. And this whole another shit that I see, which is primarily, I'm calling it how it is, primarily these black people are like, I'm not gonna roll the window down. Bitch, please. White kids. My mom and my daddy have a black visa. Now let me slap you up with a black visa, okay? Because that's what your ass needs. When I say seriously, the only 2, I swear, Hispanic kids, and you can say I'm like, what do they call it? Racially profiling. No, I'm not seeing Asian kids doing this. No, I'm not seeing Hispanic kids. I'm not seeing those 2 races out here, or even you want to call it, I hate to use the word Pakistanians, but East Western kids. I don't see them even doing this. I am seeing non-stop white and black kids wilding out on every level of spectrum of financial life, prestigious to ghetto, acting like, ooh, I seriously, like, and if you're watching this video and you're a kid, you get pulled over, and I say kid, I mean in your 20s, and an officer says, give me your driver's license and registration, don't get this out of that, what? Do you know I'm white? Or do you know I'm black? Oh, you racist. Oh, you racist. But I saw one earlier, this kid was saying, oh, to a black officer, you racist, you racist. And I'm going, do you not listen to what you're saying? Like, that's your fellow, that's the guy that came up probably from God knows where, who knows what. But either way, he had a choice in life. He chose to put his life in danger every day. It shouldn't matter what his race is. He's out here trying to help you. And you look, that's what you're gonna pull as a race card? Or white people, here's the white ones, here we go. Lady was car rolled over in a residential area at that, and she's like telling the officer, do you always ask such ridiculous, redundant questions? Like, his questions like, so what happened here? My car rolled over. So you were driving? Well, yeah. Okay, do you own this car? Well, yeah. I mean, like, she's like, do you ask such redundant questions? Like, no, he's finding out what the hell's going on. And why is it in a 20-mile-an-hour area, your car's tipped upside down, and shame on you, you got a Dallas Cowboys freaking jersey on. It just blows my mind. So kids, stop this shit. Y'all are embarrassing yourself. You're ruining your careers. I can't imagine a whole country of youth all having felonies for resisting. I'm running because I'm bad, I'm bougie, I'm running. You trying to hold a motherfucker down. You just hate on me because I'm white and prestige. You hate on me because I'm black and you racist. It's like, kids, shut the hell up. Y'all sound dumb as hell. And stop trying to quote the law. Like, that cop don't want to hear your law books. He just knows what he's doing, and that's what he's doing. Evidently, some of us aren't doing what we're supposed to be doing. Like, even when I got arrested, the last time I got arrested, no, I didn't do what they accused me of. But at the same time, if I hadn't cut somebody out, I was in some part fault to the situation, if that makes sense. So, you don't get, I wasn't cussing out a cop either. I was cussing, telling somebody to get the blank off my property. But the long story short of the gist is that everything we do, we are going to be held accountable for it. And even when I realized what I got myself into, I thought if I just not ran my mouth. So, and it definitely wasn't to the law enforcement that put me in handcuffs. No, it was, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Step here. Yes, sir. There was no screaming and cussing him out, telling him what I thought. And I'm so glad I didn't lie to him. Even my own team of people were like, you should lie about this, you should lie about it. And I'm like, they'll come out with I owned a gun. And I'm like, no. Because in the end, when it goes through my car, guess what? There's bullets in there. Like, how stupid do you look to lie and say, no, I don't own a gun? Like, no, I'm not going to lie. That's dumb. And if you can't say something like they said in the old days, then don't say it. If you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. But when it comes to nurses, doctors, police officers, ambulance drivers, paramedics, all those kind of people, fire departments, shut your mouth and have some respect. And no, we're not dumb. I'm not dumb. I know that not all cops are perfect, but 95% are walking a really good line, especially when it's their job. They're just not out there going, oh, let me see what I can pull up on people. But out of all of these videos I've watched for 3 straight days, I've unloaded 3 days of this. I think there's 3 that one actually for sure, where I was like, yeah, that cop was being a damn dick. That was for sure. He was being a dick. But besides that, the rest of these, I'm just like, I'm surprised the cops haven't literally ran them through the freaking bushes with their head upside down, dragging them around, wailing the hell out of them, because they literally act so entitled. And I don't even think that's the right word that we should be using, because everybody says this, they're entitled Karens. No, they're called a bunch of fucking heathen brats, a bunch of like, not even kids. It's when it gets to the adults, like 33 and plus, That's called a bunch of ungrateful piece of shit humans that have no respect. And most of the times, 99%, I will say, that the people that are older, 35 and above in that area that are doing it, usually they're under the influence. These motherfucking kids out here, they're just doing it because they're getting pulled over because you didn't put your blinker on by accident. And next thing you know, you're walking away with a freaking felony assault, evading arrest. I mean, you name it, it's just like, it just shocks the shit out of me. So everybody freaking stop it. Calm the blank down. You make it worse than what it is. And either way, even if you didn't do it, and they've made up their mind to arrest you, it doesn't help to cop on 5 more extra charges. Like, how dumb do you sound? And God forbid that shit be even played in court. How embarrassing. Like, I'll have to tell y'all this one video. Oh my God, I'm gonna post it. I was shook by the level of, and another thing is that this one video was a level of no pride in you as a person. Like, I have enough pride that, here's an example. One time they came to pick me up when I was younger for a ticket warrant. They put me in the back of the cop car with my cell phone and my purse, didn't take me to the jail, took me over and let me pay the ticket, and I got to take some selfies in the back of the cop car. You know why? Because I wasn't over there going, thank you, fuck you, you. Like, man, get your life right. You need the hell knocked out of you. Because raising you right, even doing our best, didn't teach you that. Then, you know, maybe a cop should teach you. I don't know. Just a thought. Can't change the whole generation. I guess you can't whoop the whole generation's ass either. So I just think it's sad. Like, wait till their kids grow up and get in their face, and then by that time that generation comes around, oh Jesus, we can already see that generation. You already see what they're doing. They're killing, shooting up, doing all sorts of horrible crimes. Like, they come back and murder their parents. Like, so I know I with my kids with spoons, they probably in their whole entire life, between both kids, probably were never whooped more than 7 times as a whole. And some people say, well, you had really good kids. Yeah, but they were also really spoiled. And so sometimes spoiling them too much, which was my fault, was because I was trying to make up for what I didn't have growing up, and that does not make it right, but that's why I did it. Now, if I was raising kids right now, so many things I would do different. But even now, I'm a better person. Like, I used to scream and yell a lot. I'm sure that wasn't very bougie of me, but it took me a long time to realize. It took my daughter telling me, like, hey, you need to learn some boundaries. You know, I was like, I called her every name in the book. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the worst days ever I've ever had with my daughter. And it wasn't about her. It was about me, because I was literally like, you did not tell me that. No, she was right. I had to learn to educate myself on how to express myself without always screaming, yelling, and hollering. But that's really, to me, the worst that my kids really went through when it comes down to a lot of things that children have been exposed to. But I would say that I was always trying to work my way up in life. Like, you know, we moved, like, every year I was getting a better house. I was always working myself up. And they look at it as like, oh, well, we moved a lot. Yeah, we moved a lot because we were getting out of the ghetto. We started in the ghetto, like hardcore ghetto. Guns going off all the time. Like, no big deal. That was just the way it was. But I think that in time they will begin to understand more. I know my son does. He's really seen the writing on the wall, and he's like, damn, Mom, I'm so glad that I don't act like that. And I'm like, and I could go back, I would whoop down more and take away more stuff and not moved as much and stayed more in a lower income level life, because what I realized is that the more entitled the kids became, the more or less concerned they became of fixing, healing, and really growing emotionally. For one of my kids, who has pretty much nothing to do with their family, both of them are actually struggling with that. And I don't think that that's okay. And I'm always encouraging them, you've got to work out things with your family, unless they're child molesters and pieces of crap like that, that's different. But my kids didn't experience that growing up. So I'm overall very proud of my kids. But we as parents drop the ball a lot when these kids act like this. And it's just, And I honestly think it's almost just a little bit younger than my range. Like, I'm 45. Some of these, I think, about 37-year-old parents that are raising some of these kids now. Boy. Like, one black lady showed up. Her daughter did drunk drive and drove off the road. She's like, you better take her because I'm going to beat her ass. And I was like, you go, Mom. Bougie. Because in black moms, they are, I will work you over. And that to me is where I think sometimes that they feel racially profiled, because a lot of black kids at my kids' ages do have a lot of respect for their parents, and they love their parents a lot. So I think they got it right a lot more than us white people ever thought about it. I'm speaking for my age range, and so I will say that because I used to say that all the time. We go to the stores and black moms be over there, they just find a spatula off the wall and start whooping those kids' asses, and it was definitely a game changer, and we needed to do that more as a nation. So spank your kids, quit giving them so much, and as you're doing all that and you're requiring them to be so great and all this, maybe we should require ourselves that, because I didn't do a lot of that when my kids were growing up. I just knew I didn't want them raised around abuse. I didn't want them to be knowing what sexual abuse, physical violence, of being hurt like I grew up. I was just, sometimes I was being a better friend than I was a mom, and it just took time. I came from a really unique situation, and but it's hey, I learned from my kids this day how to be a better person, and don't be ghetto, and don't be so ghetto that you're literally in the streets in front of your kids. I've seen this too a lot. Like, fuck this officer, kiss my fucking ass, drag me out of the fucking car. Like, dude, check, man. Your kids are watching you right now. Like, my kids never saw that with me with a cop. They never, which they didn't really get exposed to a lot of that in that sense. But still, overall, just be better, y'all. And line your kids, your grandkids up and say, listen, you don't get to talk back to a cop. You don't get to be disrespectful. And even if you're not wrong, you take it up in court. But right now, it's just sir, yes, ma'am. And stop thinking that you can argue and yank your shoulders from cops, because it's all resisting, period. So there you go. It ends on camera, and now they're putting it on the TV, and you get your face plastered there for the rest of your life looking like an idiot. So, and give police officers a raise. Dear God, I can't imagine. Oh my God. I would think they would all say, God, I just want to be alone when I get home. Because they're dealing with such craziness. So, anyways, wait till you see the one I posted. I will post today. It's horrifying. I mean, just blew my world up. So, alright, well, I'm getting ready to go do a couple things. I hope you're all doing fabulous and have a beautiful bougie day. And I will talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. Stay good. And have some respect for the people that you need. The people that we need the most sometimes when things going down the worst. Remember, you may not like them when they're giving you a ticket, but you will love them when they come save your ass. Alright, love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be positive. Be respectful. And put a sticker on the front of your car or on your steering wheel that says, shut your mouth when you get pulled over by a police officer, and have some respect. There we go. Alright, love y'all. Bye.